Hello, hello, everybody. I'm Shaylin. I am a spiritual activator and a master sacred geometry healer. And I'm here to talk today about opening up gifts. So, gifts are extremely important part of our spiritual makeup, and they tend to get hidden under layers of wounding and limiting beliefs and other things that just kind of keep them hidden down or out of reach. And I know a lot of us know that we have spiritual gifts and use them already. And some of us know that they're there, but they're still out of reach. And some of us haven't quite uncovered them yet. And that is totally okay because they're under there and they're just kind of waiting to be woken up. And so, what I've found is that most people's gifts are hidden behind a bunch of wounding. And so, when we start to clear that wounding, then our gifts naturally open up on their own. And so, you can do other activation processes to help that along. But the most activating gift awakening thing that we can do is clear our wounding, and it usually starts with inner child wounding kind of stuff. And so we're actually not going to work on the inner child wounding stuff today because I have a special treat for us. um, I mentioned earlier that I am a master sacred geometry healer. So I use sacred geometry to activate and open up people's gifts, to clear different energetic things, and yeah, just all anything. I use healing, I use it for healing, I use it for channeling, I use different geometries for every single thing that I do with my practice. So I'm gonna use the Sri Yantra today and tell you a little bit about it. So the Sri Yantra, it holds the soul, like the universe is, it's like the map to the universe. That's what they like to say. And so the yantra is actually used for a lot of different things in healing. It activates, it helps you to feel the unconditional love of source energy. You can use it in combinations with other geometries for timeline jumping, accessing different dimensions, all sorts of things, you name it, this does it. Um, it's very impressive. So, but today, how I'm going to teach you how to use it is to access divine source's unconditional love. And so, how we're going to use this unconditional love is to take it and put it into our inner child wounding. So, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to think of a problem that you're having, or maybe there's just a feeling inside your body right now. And just kind of hone in on that. Maybe it's in your throat or your stomach. You don't need to know what it is, or maybe you do, but it doesn't matter. And so I want you to take a couple of deep breaths and follow this feeling back. Follow it back to the first time you ever felt this feeling physically. And it doesn't have to make sense with your current life right now. And so you might need help getting there. And if you do, I'd love to book a session with you. But if you have it right now, just kind of take a peek around this memory a little bit. Usually it happens before being a teenager. You'll be surprised to know many of the feelings that you have on a day to day stem from somewhere else other than what's going on in your actual life right now. So when you kind of have found that memory, you can come back and take a look at this yantra. So the interesting thing about sacred geometry and using it for healing is that you can take this picture and kind of grab it from the screen and pull it out and just intend that it is built to the exact size, dimensions, and frequencies as this image and as it is supposed to be. So you can just pull it off and hold it in your hands. And many of you will be able to start to feel the energy of it right now. But what I want you to do is take it into this memory with you. Emotions and memories are, a lot of them times are trapped in your body. So I want you to put it in your heart. And I want you to extend it down and extend it, make it larger, spread it out. And I specifically want it to hit your solar plexus, but I want it to go everywhere. And so I want you to sit with this energy of this yantra and set the intention that this divine unconditional love comes through and clears and heals a specific memory. And just breathe on it. Now you might want to take this away and do this a little bit more afterwards when you're on your own and have time to just spend the time. And just hold this energy. The interesting thing about the yantra and source energy is it's a kind of unconditional love that we may never experience in human form because it's just so powerful. And love is the ultimate healer of everything. I'm sure most of you know that. And so when we bring this love into these memories, these childhood memories that have caused us so much pain and anguish, and you bring that love into there, it can help mute that pain a little bit for now. And so while you sit with this, you can ask for the yantra to do a little bit of an activation. Nothing too serious, just a nice, gentle activation of your heart chakra. Let more love in. Maybe open up a little gift. So whenever you're done with sacred geometry, it's really important to actually take it off because it can be very powerful. And it does have a divine intelligence on its own, but it can be so powerful that it makes you not feel good. So it's important to take it off at the end. So how you do that is you just minimize it. And then I put it out a window into the sky or down into the ground, and then it can be purified. And because you don't really want to throw energetic balls at people, So just make sure it's going to the sky or down to the ground. And then I always kind of bring in light and love and refill whenever I take anything out, just as a common practice. So, how you can use this yantra in other times is you can bring it in before you go to bed. And so I would start off doing a bit of a meditation, bringing the yantra in, feeling it. You can do this inner child wounding at the same time if you feel called to do that, or you can just use it as an activation. And you just bring that in and just breathe in the energy for 15, 20 minutes or 5 minutes. It just kind of depends on how much you can handle at first, because this is a very advanced energy that would be coming in. And you can build up to using this overnight, where you put it on at bedtime and let it activate you overnight. And then in the morning, just remove it and refill and cut your cords and stuff like that. Um, but that's something that you would need to work up to, because it's quite powerful, like I said. And so, if you're wanting any more information on the yantra or how to work through inner child wounding, I use many different techniques for that. This is just one fun one that I like to bring out. Um, but if you're needing any more support with opening up your gifts in any way, just let me know. There will be a booking link somewhere for you to book a free one-on-one call with me. I'll have a little short program that will be on there that you can take a look at and see if it's something you would like to do. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, it's just Shaylin Hiltz, and there should be a link somewhere on the screen for you to click. And yeah, just get a hold of me any way that you can, and I'm happy to help. The first compassion key sessions that I hold, which are inner child wounding, those ones are always free, because I like people to know what they're signing up for, because they can be, they're very, very good, and they dissolve the wounding from the source, and it's very helpful to heal everything in your life. One little problem in your past can have a huge effect on your whole entire life as it snowballs and snowballs. And so sometimes revisiting these memories aren't so much fun. But by the end of the session, there's always relief. So if you want to explore that any further, like I said, clearing this wounding is the answer. It automatically opens up your gifts to the fullest as you start clearing these wounds. So just let me know. The first one's always free, and I would love to meet you and book with you and talk a little bit more and hear about your life and your gifts. And yeah, hopefully